Beautiful morning to you, and of course, we're very glad to have you join us for the midweek edition of AM Sports, your morning tea coming to you on NT Sports 24. We're reaching you from the Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja, Bade, Adeleye, and of course, it brings me much pleasure to welcome you. And of course, the African Games is going on in Ghana, and Team Nigeria were doing so well, and of course, the surge up the table continues, and of course the team Nigeria were second, and of course it's a strong second for now. Can we catch Egypt? That one it looks unassailable, but anything is possible. But we're celebrating second place at the moment, and of course we'll be talking football, and we still talk about that knockout victory about for Anthony Joshua against Ghana, because it's been generating loads of reactions and all that. We talk about many things. Remember, we saw the UEFA Champions League and many other things. So it's a total package for you today. All I'm going to tell you, is to stay with us to discuss all the things we've got on the show today. So it's really a loaded package, and of course we've got a special guest on the show today, and of course the man who has been to Ghana and is back. And of course he can tell you that there's something beautiful about his federation, because they landed Nigeria's first gold in Ghana. So these are many more on the show today. Let's go on this quick break. When we return, I'll be introducing you to my guest on the show today. And of course, if you're just joining us, you're in the right place. This is AM Sports, your money tea, coming to you on NT Sports 24. Now join me in welcoming my guest on the show today. And of course, this will be his first appearance on our new show, AM Sports. Join me in welcoming the president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Orbih. Such a long time. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone.
As in, it's not always easy to have you, and of course we're glad to have you on the show. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, like I told you earlier, his federation landed Nigeria's first gold medal in Ghana, and of course, it came from that man, Anoluwapo Bayori, and of course, that man has been Africa's number one for a long time. He's been doing so well. We saw what they did for us, tried to qualify for, the Olympics in 2020. That was, decided in 2021. This man continues to, break the glass ceiling when it comes to the game of badminton. And of course in Ghana, I think his good luck has earned Nigeria 21 more medals, more gold medals in Ghana, because it paved the way, if I can put it that way. So before we talk to Anu, because we've got his interview, let me put it straight to the president. How was the feeling like when he finally landed? In fact, it was a clean sweep for Nigeria. The bronze, the silver, and gold went to Nigeria.
In fact, I can't describe how I felt. It was quite a very wonderful feeling. Like you said, it was the first gold medal for Nigeria at the games, because in the past, I think table tennis normally
we have won it before that time,
before badminton, and when it didn't work for table tennis, everybody was jittery, so it was for badminton to open the floodgate. And like you said, the moment we did, wrestling came in with 6, weightlifting followed, and right, left, and center, gold medals are pouring in. So for me, it was a good thing, and like you said, it was like a clean sweep in the men's singles. It was a very strong statement with regards to dominance. One country, Nigeria played against Nigeria in the finals, out of the 4 semi-finalists, Nigeria had 3. I mean, how else do you want to make a strong statement? So it just what it meant to us was that the future is still very bright for badminton in Nigeria. Anu does not lack successors. People are there waiting. In fact, they want to even push him out. Hey, guy, you've been here for too long. Go, let us take, our turn. And that's a very beautiful thing to have. So for us as a federation, we are looking at how we can build that same momentum with the women's team. We don't want it to be with the men alone. And gradually, the women are picking up. And very soon, it will be a total thing, not just men alone. But on the men's side, everybody sees that Nigeria is there at the top, and for now, nobody can touch us.
All right, you mentioned one of the things, going well for the federation, but tell us more. What's the secret to the success?
Well, in anything in life, I believe not only in sports and not only in badminton, preparation is very key. If you fail to prepare, then you are preparing to fail. So we recognize that, and we appreciate that, the importance, which is why as a federation we always try to put in a lot of effort. It's not just going to attend an event. What do you do to prepare to attend that event so that the outcome will be very good? So early this year, immediately after the New Year celebration, by 7th of January, we had called all the players to camp.
Wow.
And we put them in camp for the All-African Seniors in Egypt. Because we knew All-African Seniors were going to come barely 1 month. The All-African Games will come barely 1 month after the All-African Seniors. Yeah. So preparing for All-African Seniors was like, at the same time, preparing for the All-African Games. So it was very important. And we did that, and it has paid off, because we went to Egypt, we did well. This becomes Anu's 6th African title. I mean, his dominance. I have not really gone to research and check the records. I don't know if any player in the past has dominated any event like that in Africa for such a long time.
I think consistency is very much key. Very soon we're going to take the interview of the young man, because he spoke to some of the journalists down there in Ghana. But before we talk to him, what do you think is going on well for him? Is it that this man, is it like, one of those people that they will tell you that they don't joke with their sports?
Well, I must say something. One, he's a very disciplined athlete. And for anything you do, discipline is the foundation. Once you have that foundation, it becomes easier to build on it. Very disciplined. He's a very passionate athlete. He's determined, level-headed. In all this success, when you see him, he's still calm. And some people, the thing will get into their heads. They begin to raise their shoulders and feel that they have arrived. As far as he's concerned, he has not even arrived anywhere. He's still striving to do better. So I think that humility has done a lot for him. Always that hunger to want to do more, push yourself a bit for, and that's what makes the difference between the champion and the other players. So for me, that's what is going for him. When you push him, he's ready to go. When it's time for him to make sacrifices, I know Anu has gone for tournaments that we barely were able to buy his ticket, pay for his accommodation and feeding. He will not go with anything. Nothing, no allowance. He will just go, and he goes for those tournaments. No coach to sit behind him. Wow. He's playing against foreign players who come with their coaches. Sometimes not only the coach, they might come with their physiotherapy. Yeah. They might come with their sports psychologists who are reading the games and telling them what to do. But he's there all alone. When he won in Uganda, he was all alone. When he won in South Africa, I mean, yes, a few other players went. Sometimes when a team goes even without a coach, the players
encouraging each other, they become coaches.
So most of the competitions that he has gone for in the past, he goes alone. So I think that has toughened him mentally, because you need to be mentally tough to face some of this. I mean, it wasn't easy. Even in the finals he played, it was Nigeria against Nigeria, but it wasn't easy. It was 2-1. Godwin Olofua pushed him to the limit. I mean, and people were wondering, but they are from the same country, and they were about to play doubles finals.
Yeah.
So, and for us, I think that affected them in the doubles final, because they got themselves exhausted. Yeah. And by the time they went in for the doubles final, they couldn't leave. Before they could pick up, they did better in the second game. The first game, it was just there. So I think that's what has helped the young man. He's been very, 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 very consistent, very disciplined. If you see his workout routine, it's unbelievable. he works very hard. He doesn't joke with his training. So I think that's the secret.
That's quite beautiful, and of course, when you work so hard, we get to see the results. There's no shortcut to success. All right, let's quickly take a listen to this interview, of Anoluwapo Bayori, and of course, after that, we'll continue the discussion on Africa Games with special focus on badminton.
Men's badminton, singles, and then silver in the doubles. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So how do you feel about your performance here at the African Games?
I feel very much happy being the first person to pathway for the others. So I'm very, very excited. And this is my second winning the African Games. So I participated in 2019 for the first time. I won it, and also participated the second time, and it's like a streak, So I'm very, very happy, and I'm also happy that it's historical to move forward and to allow other people to get more good for Team Nigeria.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is like your 5th continental title along with the African Championships?
No, if you counted, it would be like 6th.
6th?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's massive. So can you talk us through your game yesterday? I know you've had to play a lot of games, a lot of matches in like 3 days or so. How did that tell on your body or even your performance?
Well, I'll say that I'm really blessed because I've been playing on very long games since last month. I won the championship in Egypt, and I played on to the finals, and I played the team event, then from the team event to individual. So I was already stressed. Then I went down to Uganda to play, and to be honest, I was thinking I was going to go out in the first round because I was already tired from the last championship. But fortunately for me, I got to the semi-final, and that is also my first semi-final in international challenge, by the way. Yeah. So and after 1 week rest, then we came back here. Not rest particularly because I was training and going up and down. So we came down here with the stress of they canceled the team event first. And I was really angry with that, but yeah, I let it go. I had enough time to recover, but I didn't have enough practice session. So the practice session and the practice all was not really good for me. So I kind of not have a good feeling in this tournament. So from the beginning, from last 16 to the final, it was really a stress game because even playing against Ghana, I was playing a tough match in the first game until the second game that I just get hold of my body. So from 16th quarter and everything, it was quite tricky, but I was very stressed, to be honest. I was very stressed because I also have to wake up 5:30 to go to the tournament venue. So it was really stressed, and I was playing in 2 events. So it was 4 matches a day. So, and they were really
interesting. The man could go on and on to talk about what he experienced. But what do you make of that?
Well, that's what champions are made of. Yes, like he said, he was stressed, but stress is part of the game.
Yeah.
And, he wasn't the only one. Every other player too was going through the same experience. And for him, like he said, from Egypt to Uganda back to Abuja, and Abuja to Ghana, just like that, a lot of activities preparing for this championship. So, but there's something that I also want to highlight here. Anu's gold medal means a whole lot more than being the first for Nigeria, and then him retaining the title he won in Morocco and being his 6th African championship. This gold medal cemented his qualification for the Olympics.
Beautiful.
and what is more, before we went for the All African seniors in Egypt, Anu, the gap between him and the next person, because there are 3 in contention in Africa, was up to 7,000 points.
Wow.
Yes. For this win alone, he got about 4,000.
Wow.
In Egypt, again, under 4,000.
Wow.
So, but those people who were competing with, they were all getting to semi-finals, getting to finals. So the gap was just closing. In Uganda, he got to semi-final, won a bronze medal, but his contenders we were losing at the round of 16 and the quarterfinal. So that gave him a huge boost. Seriously, we were almost not very confident that he would qualify, because by the time we were going for these competitions, his other competitors for this slot had played about 16 qualifiers. Anu had played only 9, because we didn't have enough money for him to go for so many. But the good thing was that anytime he went to a competition where they were all competing, he would do better than them. So the points he would get, it will help him to close the gap. Yeah. But in these two, he just shot away. So he has qualified for the Olympics. And what does that mean? In the history of badminton in Nigeria, Anu is the first Nigerian who will be playing men's singles at the Olympics.
Wow.
That's never happened before.
The last time it was the team event.
No, it was doubles, men's doubles and women's singles. Yeah. Before that, it has been women's singles. Orbih Sholaja and Grace Daniel. After that, Dorcas Adeshokon, then Anu Oluwapo and Godwin Olofo. We've never played men's singles.
Wow. That's
one. Then 2, in the history of badminton, the first time 1996, second time 2008, after that 2020. It has been a 12-year cycle for badminton to appear to play.
Well, now you're doing it like back to back.
It's the first time it has never happened.
This is huge.
Yeah, it is huge for us.
Well, it should be put out there.
Qualification meant so much to us. We've never done it. We've never been to the Olympics back to back. And Anu Oluwapo. So we are not only going back to back. If it was some other player who qualified, it would still be back to back. But Anu was at the last Olympics and is going for the second one.
Beautiful. We cannot wait to see that young man, in Paris. So beautiful, and of course it's worth, celebrating. Come on, we always want Nigeria to do things like this, and it's so beautiful to know that Anu Oluwapo is on his way to Paris. Congratulations, that's huge, And another man too that has always been there, you can also call him the partner of this man, is Godwin Olofo. And of course he got a silver medal for Nigeria in the men's singles at the African Games, and of course the men's doubles, because he was the partner to Anu in the final. So let's quickly listen to that man too, and get what he had to say.
At Rabat, I lost to Julian Paul. He's the African #1. So I lost to him at the quarterfinal, at the semi-finals. He was the one that defeated me to got a bronze medal in my singles. So now it's just like a payback, coming back to meet him in the quarterfinals. So I defeated him in quarterfinals. So going to the semi-finals, it was quite easy for me because I'm playing my fellow Nigerian. So getting to the finals, I'm playing my own fellow rivalry, which is So it was really a good match. So we didn't go my way.
Beating the top seed at this competition, how much did that boost your confidence ahead of the semis and the final?
It really boosted my confidence. Actually, I lost confidence before because due to my last poor performance in Egypt. So I came back, I was actually training and doing a lot of individual training to myself just to boost my confidence so that I can be able to perform perfectly well, better than Egypt. So I get into my first game, I was playing that was not really strong, but it did actually prepare me very well so that I can be able to feel myself on the court, to know where I can be able to stand. But after playing my round of 16 against the Algerians, I got my confidence because I know I'm going to play Julian Paul. So I got that feeling, that inspiration, because I have played him before, I have beaten him before, despite the fact that we are good, also good rivalries too. So I got that confidence that I am meeting him and I believe in myself that I'm going to do it. So that confidence was there. So after defeating him, so I got a lot of 100, my confidence level now increased from 80% to 100%. So while playing Victor, my fellow Nigerian player, that guy is also a very good player, which another player we have to look after too. So, but I got more experience more than him. So, and being on top of my game, so it really showed that yes, I am better.
And in the final, it was a very close game. You were leading, in the first set at some point. I'm sure after all that you had done in the quarterfinals and semis, you were confident that you could win the gold here.
Yes, I was very confident because I was following bomber to bomber, so I don't wanted to leave that game for him too. Even in the first games that I won, I was even leading 2016. He came back struggling and got 2020, but still, I don't want to let go, and also I am very eager for it too at the same time. So winning the first game, then coming back second game, it got to a point that we wanted to come back stronger in the second game, but it was leading 11-7 at the second game, but I had to come back stronger, boost my morale as well. That's why I see most of the game I was actually shouting to motivate myself as well. But I came back 11 all, then 12 all, then got into 17-17. The game I just I switched off. I just go off. So it didn't actually not go my way, but it was really a good.
You couldn't have put that story any better, Mr. President.
Well, what happened in Ghana, Anu versus Godwin, Nigeria against SME, against Nigeria in the finals of the men's singles to decide the ultimate best in the continent, was a repeat of what happened 2019 in Port Harcourt.
Wow.
At the All African Seniors, Anu versus Godwin. So 5 years after, they repeated it. And for me, that's why when I looked at the semi-finalists, and then of course when they were going to play the finals, it's not the first time. They've played against themselves several times, even at the national level. Before Godwin left for Qatar, they've had a very healthy rivalry that have pushed both of them. So, but the funny thing is that they will meet themselves in singles and then they will pair themselves in doubles to play. And so it was a good feeling. At the time we were in the finals, we were already sure of our gold medal. It was just a matter of who was going to nick it, whether it was going to be Anu or it was going to be Godwin. But the fact that 5 years after Port Harcourt, they could repeat that feat. Like he said, when he came to Egypt, he didn't do too well. But by the time we left Egypt, he went to Uganda, played, and came back to Abuja for less than 2 weeks camp, because the camp was already ongoing before we went to Ghana. I will tell you, the way I saw him push himself, I was getting worried. I called the coaches. Are you sure he's not going to overload himself and at the end of the day he won't perform? So, but luckily, we had Professor Ken Anugweje of the High Performance Center in Uniport, who is the head of the minister's performance team, who was monitoring him with the athletics coach, Coach Okon. They gave him some programs, and the prof told me, said, President, don't worry. With Godwin, we are going to be scientific. We won't overload him, but we'll make sure that he's able to. And it showed. So I will tell you that Godwin's performance in Ghana, Professor Ken and Coach Okon played a major role, because from what he did in Egypt, he took it to another level. Within a very short time. It was amazing.
All right, quite beautiful. Before we just, before we let you go on the show, you can't come. I won't ask you about the preparations for the Olympics. But before that, the All Africa Seniors, just give us 1 or 2 take-homes from that. How was the experience?
Well, it was good. For us, it was a good preparation for the All African Games.
Okay.
In Morocco, we topped the medals table in badminton with 2 gold medals, and they were from men's singles and the team event. So this time we really, especially when we lost one of the team events in Egypt in the finals to Algeria, it was very painful. So we really wanted to go for it again and at least come back with 2 gold medals, at least. But unfortunately, like Anu mentioned in his interview, the team event was cancelled. So that was out of the way. So for us, Egypt was a good preparation. It gave us an idea of what our team could do. And then the coaches came back home, did a few things here and there to see how, and it showed. We did better. Even in the women's singles, Dorcas, who was just coming back, she won a bronze medal, and it was as a result of the work that was done. So basically, I will tell you that the experience in Egypt was good. Victor Ikechukwu, who Godwin talked about, who won the bronze medal, he also won a bronze medal in Egypt. Unfortunately for him, in all his semi-finals, he played against Nigerians. In Egypt, he met Anu in semi-finals, he lost. In Ghana, he played against Godwin in semi-finals, he lost. He's upcoming, but I can tell you that's the guy to look out for. Then we have another player, Emmanuel Joseph.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that guy...
As they were loaded when it comes to badminton.
So, the good thing about Egypt was that Emmanuel and Victor, that was their first outing. That was their first outing in the national team. and they made a very good impression. I'm very happy. So they came to Ghana, they did well again, but I can tell you that's the future of the game for us. After Anu and Godwin, we have two solid players who are coming in very strong.
That's quite beautiful. I love that, I love that arrangement when it comes to the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. You guys are doing so well. Just before you go, do we still have, is there any chance of more Nigerians qualifying for, the Olympics, or it's just only Anu? And what are the plans for, the preparations?
No. There's no need to beat around the bush. Anu is the only one who is on the verge of qualification, because qualifying, that's the mistake a lot of times we make. And it's with other sports. As we are speaking right now, even before this current Olympics, most countries, especially the advanced countries, the developed countries, the people that are going to play the Olympics for them 2028, they're already preparing.
Wow.
Preparation has started. You don't wait till when it's a year or how many months. No. So even for Anu, the advantage was that he already had a good world ranking. So what we did was we just tried to keep him there, and then when the time came, we just gave him a little push more. We could have done far better than we did for his preparation. So Anu is the only one. But what I can tell you, I talked about Victor and Emmanuel Joseph. There are people we are looking at for the next Olympics 2028, and we are going to start now. We're not going to wait, because I'm not sure, I don't know if Anu is ready to play till 2028, to play the next Olympics. There have been a good shot at the record to attend 3 Olympics
back to back. Let's wait and see. Sure. It might still be, just 4 years from now, it might still be available. If Aruna Quadri can still be playing, tennis. So let's see what's up. So quite beautiful, Mr. President. Nice to have you on the show, and I must commend you for what the Federation is doing. Nigerians are really proud of you, and of course, thank you for paving the way for more good medals for Nigeria at the African Games.
So Nigeria, they need to pay us for what we did. But if we didn't open that door, table tennis, the door was difficult for them to open.
Yeah.
So when it got to our turn,
we opened it so wide.
We told Anu, go break that door, because if it didn't get broken, then Nigeria didn't stand a chance of pouring the gold medal.
Yeah.
And the moment he did it at about 2:30. No, he did it about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
By 5 o'clock, wrestling was just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was it. So it was
quite beautiful. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
All right, we've been talking the African Games, and of course, special focus on badminton. You're still watching your morning tea, the AM Sports. Let's go on this quick break. When we return, we'll be taking more interviews, and of course, we'll be looking at the newspapers. Thank you for joining us.